Hi, this is Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining us. Please consider subscribing and hit the alert for future videos. Today what I'm going to be doing is a November week 3 check-in and cash stuffing. So let's go ahead and get started. I will tell you that I have been completely out of control this week with shopping. Some of it for Christmas, most of it for me. So let's see what happened here for this month, and you will see a lot of changes. I thought I was going to talk about it on this video, but what I'm actually going to do is talk to you about it when I set up my December budget, because you're going to see some of it, and most of the changes will actually happen in my January budget. But I will be able to roll everything out for you and kind of explain to you what's happening in my life right now. Some good, some just very, you know, if you're a budgeter and a planner, it's very hard when things are completely out of your control, and that's what's happening right now. So I'm gonna put the money to the side. Fortunately, I do not have any no spends to add to my calendar. Actually, I forgot to add this one in 11, 12. So I currently have 6 no spends, and my goal for this month was 11. So it's not over yet, I could still do it. So for groceries, I had one expense, and that was $118 on the 18th at Walmart. I did end up putting these thinner ones in the shop because after using them for 2 weeks now, I really like them. They're just a lot easier to get more transactions in to the little square on the calendar. So on the 18th. And pretty much, I hosted craft night last night, and that was almost most of the food for that, and a little bit of fill-in. We've done a really good job eating out of the fridge and the freezer this week. We did go out a couple times, or I brought food in just because I just didn't feel like cooking. And then for my fixed expenses, APS, which is my electric, was $202. City of Phoenix is water, and that was it was $142, but let me look. Oh no, it was only $97 this month. And then my Southwest gas, which is natural gas, was $21, and that came out. And then Evergreen, which is our pest control, came out on the 16th. So on Monday was electric and water. Southwest gas came out today on the 20th, and Evergreen came out on the 18th. This week is always my biggest week as far as fixed expenses coming out of my account. I'll talk about those later. So I did put little notes to myself because I'm still getting used to the new colors. So giving $100, and I did that on Sunday. I did, I've been going online because my daughter moved home on Sunday, and on Tuesday we went and had her tested for COVID because she lost all sense of smell and taste, but her results came back today and she is negative. So we can stop self-quarantining. And then for allowance, I had a couple expenses. So I had, on the 15th, I reloaded my Starbucks card. And I took it out of allowance instead of eating out because it really wasn't a necessity. So I figured that it really should come out of my allowance versus out of, you know, the eating out fund that everybody in the house eats off of. On the 17th, I went to Big Lots for paper towels for my daughter. That was $5. And then on the 16th, I went to Michael's. We are doing a Schitt's Creek Christmas tree. So I went and got some of the things for the tree to do that. And my daughter's creating the ornament. So super cute. I'm really excited about it. So that was the 16th. Big Lots was the 17th. And Starbucks was on Saturday. Okay, and then subscriptions, Elements, which is $70, came out on the 15th. Household, I haven't spent any money. She hasn't cleaned this week. Personal care, I did get my hair cut finally. And I have a massage tomorrow. So excited. I have 3 alerts, so I don't miss it this time. If I miss it again, then I'm just going to cancel my membership at Elements and call it a day. I will be so upset with myself. Okay. So those are all of my expenses, I believe. I did run out of paper, so I cut down some of my longer ones, so they're a little wonky. I haven't spent any money out of entertainment. Got all my fixed expenses. Okay, so let's look at sinking funds. Done a little bit of damage here, but that's why you have them, right? So out of my house reno, I spent $194, and this was mainly some things for my Etsy room. So my shop is in one room of the house, and so I needed some additional carts and things like that in here. I got a different cutter. And the reason why I took it out of house reno versus like my Etsy shop is I'm bringing some new things into the shop. So I've been investing some of the money from my shop into some new items. So I didn't want to pull more money out of that account. So I took it out of the house reno. So I took $194 out of that account. And then for Christmas and gifts, I took out $100 at the beginning of the month, and then last week I took out $70 from Target, and that was a combination of some birthday gifts as well as some Christmas wrap and things like that. And then I just moved $550 out of that account to my card. So they're attached, so it's a Capital One savings account attached to my Capital One card. And so I just put my sinking funds in there, and then I use my card, and then I just transfer it from the account over to my card to pay it. I hope that makes sense, but it does in my mind. And that was $550. So for my Christmas gifts, I have spent plus 100 plus 550. Now I am going to be super honest. Part of this 550 are things I've bought for myself for Christmas, which I do every year, and I kind of budget for it, but I am out of control. Like, I need to stop. And it's not things that you would think it would be, like technology or clothing. It is literally stationery. Pens and stationery. I'm in the process of setting up my new planners for 2021. I am going kind of rogue. I'm going back to my rings planner and a disc system. And when we talk about what's happening in my life, you'll understand why I'm kind of making some changes there. And so I'm kind of starting from scratch, but I literally could have done it for a lot less money than what I'm spending, but I'm having fun doing it, and I'm just going to let it roll right now. My husband did offer to buy two of the big gifts out for Christmas. And I told him I already had a sinking fund. I wanted to use that, and he said no. He goes, go ahead and leave the money in the account, and I'll get those too. So he is saving me a lot of money that was supposed to come out of this account, but that really is not an excuse for me to spend all of it on myself. So I really need to rein that in. Household, I have not spent anything. I don't think she's going to clean this month. So I think what I'm going to do is just roll this into next month. And then craft supplies, you know, from the beginning of the month, I've been over $56. And right now that's all I've done that's come out of this one. And so that is what I have there. So I'll go ahead and leave this out, and then we'll go ahead and go through the cash envelopes. So for groceries, I could not figure this out. So I just went with the $2.50, even though I know I had, I think, $5 left in that account. So I spent the $118. So that gave me $2.50 minus $118, $132. Eating out, I started with $70 in the envelope. Or in the tab, I really should say, because it's not an envelope. And I spent 7 plus 16 plus 20 plus 5. I spent 48. I do have money under that tab as well. So 120 minus 48. Should have 72 left in that one. Giving, I spent 100. I have 100 left. And as you're probably aware, I leave giving in the account, and I've been tithing online because they really prefer not to handle cash and not to, they're of course not passing the donation plate. So it's just been easier. They've preferred that. Allowance, I started with 50. I spent 50. I have absolutely nothing in that envelope, in that tab. So I have $100 left. And I don't know why I gave myself an extra 50, because honestly that extra 50 is going to go back into my Christmas gifting since I've spent that over a few times. So household, haven't spent anything. I still have 240. Entertainment, I haven't spent anything. I still have 100. So 35 in the envelope, and the balance is still in the account. Personal care, I spent 20, I have 80, and I'll spend money tomorrow at my massage. And unbudgeted, I didn't spend any more. I'm still over budget, $56. Okay, so let's go ahead and stuff the envelopes for this week. Now this one is going to be a couple extra days into the next month. So next Friday when I do my cash stuffing, that whatever's left in my envelopes needs to take me until Tuesday. Actually, we get paid again on Monday, so it'll just really have to last me like one more day. It's kind of weird how the month was. And I am in the process of setting up my 2021 budget binder. So it's similar to this one because this has worked really well for me. It's still the 7x9 monthly. But what I'm changing around is how I set up the year here. Because well, this was super helpful to know every month what my bills were and when they came out, and just so that I could budget, I could look at what did we pay for electric in the month of September, and then I could give myself an estimate, even though sometimes it was higher or lower, at least gave me a starting point. So that part I'm going to keep, definitely. I did not fill this in on a monthly basis because pretty much I kept it the same. But I do want to work on my sinking funds here, where I didn't really do a lot with it in this part. I definitely did on the monthly part, but I didn't really bring it back here. So I kind of want to make that better so that at the end of 2021, I could just snip it out of this, my new planner, and just move it into 2022. So I didn't have to rewrite it or keep both planners together. Okay, so for groceries, let me just put these to the side. Take cash out. So this cash came from my cash envelopes because when I pull money out, I pull it out for 2 weeks. And then I take the money for this week and I put it in my envelopes and they'll stay at home, out of sight, out of mind. And then I use the money that I have to spend for the week in my tabs. And then when the money's out of the tab, then I'm done until the next Friday when I get to replenish my tabs. So this has worked much better for me than putting 2 weeks worth in the envelope, because if I'm at the grocery store and I go a little bit over, I didn't really care about it. I would just grab the money from the envelope. What I've been doing now, because I have a set amount with me and I don't carry my debit card with me, very rarely do I have my credit card with me either, I will actually add things up as I go. So I'm always within a few dollars of what that bill is going to be, and then sometimes it's actually less because I'll use like the Clip It coupon and things like that. And I do kind of want to talk about 2 different apps that I've been using. Let me see. So one is Fetch Rewards, and I know there's a lot of people that talk about Fetch Rewards, but one of the things that I did not realize with Fetch, let me pull it up, is that you can bring in your receipts from Amazon or electronic receipts. So from Sam's Club and things like that. So I never knew that. I was playing around with this. So you just take a picture of your receipt and it gives you points. So the least amount of points you can get is 5. So if you go to Taco Bell and you scan your receipt, it's 5 points. If you go to Applebee's, it's 5 points. If you go to a grocery store, Target, Walmart, Big Lots, any of those that actually sells food along with whatever else they sell, you get a minimum of 25 points, but a lot of times you get a lot more based on what you purchased. For some reason, Tostitos chips always have a bonus scan to them. So all you do when you come home is scan your receipt. You just scan your receipt and then it takes your points up and then gives you like a running total. So there are things on here where it will tell you up front like where the extra points are. I don't really look at that because I feel like I'm not going to buy something that isn't on my list just because I'm going to get extra points for it. If it is on my list and I wasn't sure if I needed it, I might go ahead and buy it. So you can kind of see through here like all the different points. But the e-receipt was a game changer for me because I do buy a lot of things on Amazon, even a lot of cleaning supplies and things like that. So now what I do is just when I buy something on Amazon and the receipt goes to my email address, I just hit this button and it searches your email for any receipt. It doesn't have to be just Amazon, but any receipt for any company. And then it brings it in and then the points are added too. So good tip on that. I will put my fetch code on the bottom of the notes for this this video because you get extra points and I would get extra points if you sign up. And it's really takes so little time just to take a picture of your receipt, and it's just, it adds up. So then what you can do is once you have the points, then you can buy gift cards or whatever else you want to buy with it. I kind of wait till I have 20,000 points and then I buy a $20 gift card and then I'll let it build up again and then I'll buy another gift card. So a lot of times I'll just buy a Starbucks one and then I know I'm going to use it and then I'll just, you know, add that onto my gold card and then I'll get points for it. So I want to talk about that one. And then the other one I wanted to talk about is this one called Flipp. And this is one that my sister, who is like a master couponer, taught me about. And what it basically does is all the ads in your area. So like Fry's is a big grocery store here, Target, Walmart, Bash's, whatever grocery stores are within like your area, and it gives like a 50-mile radius. It's all of their ads. And you can look on here when I'm doing my meal prep and I'm saying, okay, I need to buy milk. I can go through here and see who has the best price. Now, it's not a digital coupon, so you still are going to go to that store, but it saves you a lot of time of going, you know, I wonder who has the best deal on coffee or who has the best deal on that. One of the things I found with this, because I would always go to Walmart because I just assumed that they were the cheapest, and a lot of times they are not. So I have found some really good deals at Fry's or Safeway lately, where they'll have like a buy one get two free, or they'll have, you know, Starbucks cold brew coffee, which my husband and my daughter like to drink, and it will be half of the price that Walmart has it at. So it's called Flipp, F-L-I-P-P, and it's a free download, and it will, you can tell them what kind of deals you're looking for. Like some of the things I'm looking for Black Friday, I put in here. So it will alert me when one of the stores in my area advertises that one item, and I can see what the price is and then either go ahead and buy it or wait and see if I can get a better deal. So I highly recommend both of these two apps just to save yourself a little bit of money, or if you're spending the money anyways, you might as well get something back on that. Okay, commercial announcement is over. So Allowance is $50. And again, I have $50 left in this that is going back into my account because I have not been good with staying within my budget for things for myself. So I'm going to bring Allowance down here. It's $100. For groceries, I'm starting with $132. So I'm adding $125. And then I have left 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's $132. And we didn't go to Costco or Sam's this week because really, honestly, we just had to pick up little things, and I was amazed at how much stuff I had in my freezer that I could meal prep with. And then, of course, we went out a couple times. And then for eating out is the rest of this money. So it's $50 plus I actually have money left, which is odd. So 20, 40, 60, 72. Yep, that's right. One thing I had done a couple weeks ago was I had made this pulled pork in the crock pot. It's, if you ever go to Cafe Rio and have their sweet pork tacos, it is exactly that recipe. And we have literally been eating that for 2 weeks. So I had everybody over last night and I put it back out, and I'm like, I need this to be gone. We've never eaten so much pulled pork. But I think when I make that recipe again, I will definitely take half it and freeze it so we're not eating it. I mean, I literally thought if I put it back out, my husband was going to throw it at me. So he's like, please, no more pulled pork. I go, I know, but it's so good. So that is my cash stuffing for November week 3. Now I've got a little bit of money to make it through the next 10 days because today's the 20th. I need to make it through till the 30th. And I need to stay off Amazon and Japanese stationery stores. I did buy a few little things for my sisters, but not all of what I've been buying is for other people. I just gotta be honest about that. So I hope you are all doing well. I hope you are staying safe and healthy and staying on budget. I hope you are doing better than I am, and I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for watching.